Hello everyone, Happy New Year, hope you had a lovely Christmas. Here we are at our plot. Today is the 17th of January. Apologies for we've not been down for absolutely ages. I had about 30 operations in hospital since September, so yeah, the allotment's been abandoned basically. But new year, new start and everything. The allotment doesn't look too bad. And Rose is just sorting out her bee garden. That's what we've come down to do today. The lupins and other bits and pieces have all died off.
Got some lupin seeds.
You got some seeds there. I don't think they're the lupins. I think these ones are the lupins, darling.
Oh, yeah.
These ones.
Well, whatever these are, I think these are the red ones then.
The red ones? Well, you can sprinkle them back in the middle. There we go. So we're going to continue tidying this up, and I'll give you a little walk round, but there's not much to show at this time of year. So as you can see, all overgrown. This is the gooseberries in here. So this is going to need a very big weed. Next ones over here are the black currants. We need to sort those. Then we have where the pallet collar is, we have some blueberries, and then here we have Rosie's line of pallet collars. This morning she's worked out what she wants to grow this year, so obviously we're going to keep the strawberries and then carrots. We've got a few onions left in there. I think, Rose, did you say you wanted to grow beetroot?
Yeah.
Beetroot and some other bits and pieces, and then in the long bed, once that's weeded and we've taken the wheat down, the stalks of the wheat, we have actually harvested the wheat, she wants to grow sweet corn in the long bed this year. So that's Rosie's plan. This is my lemon balm. Need to start cutting that back. Need to cut that back probably today before it starts to regrow in the spring. Lavender, other herbs, and then our beds. What my plan is for this year is we've got, this is my newest strawberry bed here. These ones El Santa, these two beds are both El Santa. This one didn't produce as much this year, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the runners off of this bed and then transfer them onto this bed, and then this one I'm going to pull up and put something else in there. This strawberry bed we're going to keep. I can't remember the variety on those. Got some spring onions, that was a nice surprise. And then this is our rhubarb patch, which everything's died down. That's what it's supposed to do this time of year. I can just see new growth coming up, which means we need to get in here quick. Normally what we do at this time of year is we give it a good weeding, take all the brambles back, put some feed down, depending on what we've got. Sometimes it's horse manure. This year I've got some chicken pellets we're going to put down. So that's that job to do. Our cross has fallen over, so that's a job for Nick to come and remove that. This is what the hops grew up, so that I'm glad it's leaning that way and not coming this way onto the greenhouse. And then if I spin you around, here we are back this way. These four beds here, they're not too bad weed wise. These are the last ones we put in last year. The arches did break. We had several storms. That's them over there. I think we came down in about October. I wasn't up to doing much at all, but Nick broke those up, so we need a trip to the tip to get rid of those. And then we're back round to Rosie's, and the sun is just there and it's very low, so the video might be going dark. And then looking in the greenhouse, these are all the chilies that need sorting out. New ones will be sown soon. Oh, I've just noticed that wall's come away. Oh, and the roof has collapsed there. Let's go round and have a look. Right, here we are around the other side. It looks like this metal unit is the only thing that stopped that roof from falling down. And it also looks like this tree has calmed down quite a bit. We did have a lot of storms here. I definitely need Nick's mussel for this one. It also looks like the roof of the shed has started to peel back. Wow, we did have some corkers, didn't we? Right, let's work our way back. So, lots to do. First job, you know, it looks overwhelming, especially when you have two big plots, but we do a little bit at a time. And our job for today, as we said, we were going to come down, do the bee garden because they're going to need it soon. And then I want to cut back that lemon balm. Let's crack on with that. Now we've made progress quite quickly. We've removed a lot of the tall dead stuff, the gladioli and also the dead lupins, but you can see the lupins are coming back already. And we've even got some flowers on the heather, so the bees will appreciate those. And what Rose is doing just now is she's taking the dead stalks off the lavender. It really smells lovely. Nice to be back here, isn't it, Rose?
Yeah.
Right, so that's the bee garden done. Rose has done a great job of tidying up and putting the bits on the compost. I've cut back the lemon balm. I've given that a really harsh cut back because it can take it. Lemon balm just grows like a weed, but it is such a great herb. You can see it started to come back already. I do have a really good video on what to do with lemon balm and what it's good for, so I shall pop that up on the screen and in the description, so have a look for that. Lavender, I've cut that back. The marjoram, I've just taken off the flowers, just had a quick go because my back started to hurt, but it was covered in dead flowers, and you can see some of these leaves are dark. That's where the frost has got it, but it will come back fine. And then here in the corner was is hopefully a licorice mint. So I've chopped that back. That had just gone to flower and it was all brown and dead. So chop the mint back and hopefully that will come back as well. Now I think we are ready to go home. So I'll see you at home and Rose can share her plans.
Okay.
And here we are back at home. And Rose has gone through her map of her plot. We have this on the computer and this is really handy just to adjust for each year, so I can update it on the computer. So what have you decided you're going to do this year, Rose?
Well, where the wheat was last year, I'm going to put sweet corn. And in this bed, I'm going to have raspberries here, which will be summer fruiting, and some peas here. Over here, we're going to have some autumn raspberries. My old ones have died. Got the bee garden still here. You've got sweet peas here, which I'm hoping to replant, or hopefully they'll still be okay.
We'll have to replant those.
Okay. We've got strawberries and carrots staying. We've got some carrots here, so I want quite a lot of carrots. Got some beetroot boltardi here. And some flowers there.
Okay, what sort of flowers would you like to grow?
Well, I'm hoping to grow like a rainbow assortment.
That would be nice.
I know.
And what type of flowers do you think?
Well, we've got a whole tin of flowers. I'll go and get it.
Okay, well we can go through that later. They're actually down there in the case, so we've got all our seeds out. So yeah, we'll go through there. But also I was wondering, do you want to grow flowers like Dean from Dean's Lost the Plot had grown? You know, those big ones with the big flowers, big heads?
No.
No, you don't want to grow those?
No.
Okay, that's fine. So that's to be updated at a later date, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, now let's look back at this. Now, the reason we decided to grow the peas up this way was because the sun comes around like this during the day, and we didn't want the peas to be blocking light from the raspberries or to the blueberries. We've actually only got one, as you saw at the plot earlier, we've only got one
bed of blueberries.
Yeah, I've only got one pallet collar of blueberries, so I have to think about something else to go in there. Now, what Rose wanted for this year, when we were discussing what you wanted, you said you wanted
things that you could eat straight from the beds.
straight from the beds. So you can see here she's got cherry, plum, apples, although
we've never gotten a cherry.
No, because the birds get the cherries,
Or
don't
plum.
they? And the plums. So aside from those, she's got the blueberries, raspberries, black currants, gooseberries, strawberries, and elsewhere on the
blackberries.
plot, yeah, elsewhere on the plot there are blackberries. We are going to look to see if we can get a seedless grape. But aside from that, viewers, what other plants could we grow for Rose so she could pick straight off the plant and eat it at the plot? Let us know in the comments below. Right, now looking at our raspberries, for the autumn ones, the three varieties we were looking at were Autumn Bliss, which was the best for disease resistance, and it says that, I'm trying to read, yields are about average but spread over a longer than normal cropping period, available from August through to late October. We also have Joan J, which also doesn't need support, the same as Autumn Bliss. It doesn't have any prickles. The yield is high in the first year, but it then drops back. Disease resistance are good. Yield slightly higher than Autumn Bliss, although this tails off quite a lot after the first flush in August. However, when we were reading something else, it said that Joan J was quite good for double cropping. Do you remember what double cropping is?
It's when you, after you're fruiting, you cut only those that you don't want to double crop. So you leave your strongest stems and they'll grow another crop.
Yes. So what you do with autumn raspberry canes, normally you would cut them back in, say, February. But what you don't do, as you said, with the strongest ones, you leave those and you'll get an earlier crop on those. So we could get some Joan J. And the other ones are polka, which need some support. But you get large crops with a heavy crop. So you get lots of them and they produce slightly earlier than average, and which goes right on to the first frosts. So you've got those three. You don't have to stick with just one variety. Do you know what you want?
Yes.
What would you like?
Polka and Autumn Bliss.
Polka and Autumn Bliss. And why do you say those two?
Well, I thought the polka sounded really good because of more raspberries than average and longer cropping time.
Mm-hmm.
And Autumn Bliss because they give high disease resistance and they don't need support.
Very good, very good. And we can always try double cropping those as well. Let's have a quick look at the summer varieties. And looking at the summer ones, summer fruiting raspberries, we've got, what we've narrowed it down to is Tulamine, heavy crop of delicious raspberries. Food retailers use it because it stores most better than other varieties and has a good disease resistance. Reaches 6 foot high. Peak cropping is mid-July through to mid-August. And then also if we look at Glen Ample, that is about the same, mid-July through to August. Disease resistance is good, and yeah, the crop yield is high. So I really think it's between those two, because the others we've looked at, Glen Magma has that bruises really easy, so you won't find that in the supermarkets. Although it does say it's got a nice taste, but all raspberries taste nice, don't they? Morling Admiral, good disease resistance, but needs protection from windy conditions. Well, we've had a lot of storms at the allotment, so last thing we want to do is lose raspberries on top of that as well. Ruby Beauty, that's released in 2014, so a relatively new one. It's a novelty plant. It says it only grows up to 1 metre tall, perfect for pots or on the patio. So it's not really that relevant to us, and it's quite expensive, about £10 for a single plant. So
if you wanted 10 plants, that would be £100.
It would, yes. So I think that one is out of our budget. So if we go back to looking at Tulamine and Glenample, there's not that much in between. That Glenample says it's spine free as well. So how do you feel about those two? What do you think on those two, Rose?
Glenample and Tulamine?
Yes.
I think those two sound the best ones.
They do sound the best ones. Is there a particular one that you're more leaning towards?
Probably Glenample, but then Tulamine's really good as well.
They are. I tell you, we'll see what the garden centre's got, and if, depending on how many they come in,
yeah,
we might be able to get a couple of each. So we'll see at the garden centre, won't we?
Yes.
So that's that decision made. Now let's show us your flowers. Okay, what have we got here?
We've got a lot of flowers here.
We do have a lot.
So I like the look of these forget-me-nots.
Okay. Well, we know forget-me-nots, don't we?
Yeah. So
yeah.
I always get you a plant. I dig you one up.
You do. You normally find me one growing wild on the allotment somewhere.
I do. And I also like, look at these. Ganzia, sunshine mixed.
Gazania. Yes, they look nice. Okay. Now these were given to us by friends. They've come off of magazines and things like that, so which is why we've got so many to choose from.
And also catmint.
Oh, need to have catmint, yes. Yeah, that's a must for mischief.
And it says, which are cat mischief flowers, body twisting, ears perking, face rubbing, claws extending, and body rolling.
She does like to really get her face in amongst the catmint, doesn't she?
And we found her actually sitting and lying down in the pot.
We did need to build her a bigger pot, don't we?
We do. We're going to build her a special cat planter.
We are.
With
right. Onwards, what else have we got here?
Wildflowers.
You got some wildflowers? So they would be quite nice for sprinkling, won't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about for pots? I think the ones at the top are quite good for sprinkling. We've got like 3 lots of cornflowers there. What else have we got?
I like these cornflowers.
They are nice, aren't they?
The
black balls. Yeah, they're nice. We can grow cornflowers in the back garden. They grow well there, and bees like them.
Maybe we could pick a flower and have a competition.
What about some of these? Asters and straw flowers, they're pretty.
Yes, I like these ones.
The straw flowers, okay, yeah, we'll grow those.
And I also like the African daisy.
African daisy, yeah. That one can go in the back garden as well, maybe, because that spreads quite a lot, the African daisy. We've got a few sunflowers.
I think I've had enough of sunflowers.
You've had enough of sunflowers.
I like these ones.
Candy tuft.
Candy cane lilac.
Nice.
Iris umbrellata.
Very nice. Okay. Well, we're not going to put our viewers through going through every one of these seeds. Oh, there's the sweet peas you wanted to grow.
Yeah. And now you just have to narrow it down with these.
Oh, we can grow all of those. There's no problem with those. Put them into pots.
And
What have we got here? These are our calendula. I thought we had some pot marigolds somewhere. Oh yeah, there's some pot marigolds.
And there's some French marigolds as well.
Yeah, they're from Toby, aren't they?
And I also like these. Nice.
The honesty.
Honesty.
You like the look of those, do you? Okay.
Yes. Lunaria annulia.
Right, so that is all from us today. Thank you for your patience, for bearing with us while I've been recuperating. And hopefully this is it. We are back to normal. We've got some sewing videos coming up because it's nearly time to sew. We've got our January pack here ready to go. So we'll do an extra video for that. But this is a we are back video, and hope you are all well. So we will see you very soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.